He spoke, looking in your eyes as you felt a shiver ran down to your spine. I can't promise to fix your all problems, but I can promise you won't face them alone. Deep husky voice staring deep in your eyes. I promise to cut it off as you took your hand back and looking away. But your heart skips a beat as he took your hand in his and you look at him all nervous, but he's looking at you intensely. I promise to hold her hand at her worst. I promise I will be her shadow for the rest of my life. Your heart is beating like crazy. Your mom smiled as he looked at her and smiled slightly while you stared at him without blinking. You slowly removed your hand from his grip as he just stared at you. God bless you both. She patted Jungkook's head and he gave her a warm smile. You couldn't take your eyes off him because what he is up to, that you never understood this man. He casually talked with her and laughed with her, which you never seen before. The greatest thing, seeing your mother happy and smiling freely after a long time. The only question is in your mind that does he know what he is doing? Your mother fell asleep after having long conversation as you covered her with towel. When doctor came, Ryan, you looked at her. Yes. I want to talk to you. You nodded, but your eye shifts on Jungkook, who is looking at you already. You walked towards him without making eye contact with him. You can go home. It's late, you said, and he stared you blankly. Do I need your permission, There's a slight softness and sarcasm in his tone. Mr. John, he's with you. I mean, she gestured in confusion, looking at him as you look at him, then look at doctor. Yes, he's made eye contact with him and take a long breath before speaking. He's my husband. The moment both of your heartbeats raced in sync, and doctor looked at you surprised. But when I asked you, you never mentioned it, Ryan. You didn't say anything as you both are staring each other. It's like a staring context. He wasn't ready to break, but you look away and he dashed out. Chloe followed you. You didn't wait for him. As soon as you reached, you rushed out from car while Wright went in awkward silence. You were pretending to sleep and he was staring you in between the driving, which you could feel. After what happened in hospital, you don't have courage to face him, or you can say you don't want to. You were finding your night dress, but your heart raced as you felt presence behind you, which you chose to ignore, knowing the person. You took out your night dress as you turned, but your heart almost popped out seeing him this close. You opened your mouth to say something, but soon closed and about to walk, but he blocked your way, which is making you frustrated, but you moved other side and he did too. You finally look at him. What's your problem? You leave my way. Coldly, but he walked closer, making your breath to hitch. You are ignoring me. No. He took some calculated step closer. You know what? You make my dopamine levels go all silly, he said in his husky voice. He walked more closer, making you step back a little. But he pulled you closer by your waist and your heart dropped at his sudden action. My heart, my mind, my tongue, my everything go crazy. Start blabbering stupid things just like now. You try to push him, but it's waste. He leaned closer while tilting his head slightly. You stare at him as your heart is already beating fast because he's going to, but you put your palm on his breathes nervously as his gaze shifts on you. No, you don't have right. Your words tremble as you slowly remove your palm from his lips. Why? You smile sarcastically before looking away. Who am to you? You asked, and he stared at you as you remove his hand from your waist. If you think you can just use me and leave me like I'm nothing to you, then you are wrong, Mr. Jungkook. You said with heavy thought, and he just listened to you. And why would you do this stuff, being all nice all of a sudden? If you're pitying me on me, then don't. He chuckled slightly as he walked closer. I don't pity on anyone. Do I look like one, huh? Deep husky voice. As his one hand reached to your cheeks, making you held his hand, immediately shaking your head slowly. Just don't. It was more like a whisper. And why? You took a long bit. Because you make me feel like. You stopped as he raised his brows. Like you removed his hand. Like I'm your mistress. His expression changed in fraction as he stared at you, and because he's feeling a sting pain in his heart. If you can't accept me as your wife, then why all those fake promises? Why you come close to me every time whenever you want? Just why? You said with heavy thought, because you just don't want to show yourself weak in front of him, and he was all speechless, stood there looking in your eyes. I don't understand. What should I believe, Jungkook? All those bitter things which you said to me, or you stopped as you feel your throat is getting more heavy. Please don't stop hating me. Hate me all you want because I hate you. I hate you, Jungkook. We hate each other, right? He stared at you as you felt he felt a knot in his heart. He nodded vigorously, a little gulping down the lump. Yes, I hate you. We hate each other. You both stared at each other for a while, but he suddenly rushed out of the room and you dropped on your knees. I hate you. He kicked the table, grabbing his hair in frustration. Yes, I hate you. I hate you because you make me feel the emotion I didn't want. I hate you for making me crazy. I hate you. Make me feel that I have hurt. I hate you because it beats so fast. And I hate you because you made me feel alive. I hate you whenever you cry. I hate you because you make me feel that I can fight whole world for you. What? For real? Are you crazy, Jackson? You said while laughing. No, really, it's true. She almost believe it. He said from other side. But you slowly stopped laughing as soon as your eyes landed on the figure who is standing at the door watching you from the distance. I'll talk to you later, Jackson, you mumbled lowly. Hey, you're coming, right? We will have fun. If you want, you can bring Jungkook with you too. He said from other side. I'll tell you later, okay? Okay. And he walked in, but you didn't say anything, neither him, as he took his seat and you served him breakfast without us speaking a word. You're about to walk, but he held your wrist, suddenly making you shut your eyes. Then you took a long breath as you looked at him. What? Where are you going? He asked. You tried to remove your hand from his grip, but he held tighter. I have done with my breakfast and I have to go. Cut it off as he suddenly pulled you and you landed in his lap to make your eyes go wide open. I don't like to eat alone, he whispered. I have to go cafe. You struggle in his grip. You have time for your friend, but not for me, huh? There's another kind of intensity and jealousy in his voice. You remained silent as you tried your best to get out of his grip, which made you a little angry. Why are you behaving like this, huh? Wait, don't you like the taste of your own medicine, huh? And this behavior you deserve from starting, and I realized I was an idiot. And at least I'm not insulting you for no reason, do I? You said coldly, and he stared you for a while, gritting his teeth as he lifts you from his grip, and you quickly got up while correcting yourself. He stared at the food and then knew, but then got up, glaring at you, walked from there furiously without having breakfast. Your coffee, sir, he placed on the table. He didn't look as he took the coffee and take a sip but put it back. Why you put sugar in it? He said in little high pitch. But sir, you told me to cut it off by Jungkook. Take it back. He said calmly yet dangerously, but cut it off as he suddenly smashed a cup on the floor. He yelled when they entered. Sorry, sir, he said in low voice while bowing. What happened to you, huh? Why so angry? He asked to him, and Jungkook brushed his finger through his hair in frustration. You go, he mouthed to Alex, and Alex nodded and left the cabin. You are not looking in good mood. What happened? He asked, and Jungkook looked at him. Nothing, I'm just stressed out, he said uninterestedly, and they hung side. But it's not about stress. It's about wine, I guess. Jungkook looked at him, which made him smile slightly. Carefully, she alerted you, but it was too late. You quickly take your hand as you felt burning sensation. Ouch. And she rushed to you quickly. She put your hand in running tap. Where is your damn attention, girl? She worriedly said, but you pressed your lips together. Leave it, it didn't hurt that bad, you said, but pain was clearly visible in your eyes. Are you for real? Look at your hand, it turned all red, she said scoldingly. Trust me, it's not hurting that much. She looked at you in disbelief. You are not okay for real. Tell me what happened. You looked at her without saying a word, but your eyes speaking a lot. She approached you and you quickly hugged her. She patted your back. I'm scared. I'm so scared, Chloe, you said in a little panicked voice. I don't want my heart to break, Kyung. I don't want to end up like him. A fear was clearly visible in his voice. Palte patted his shoulder as he looked at him and smiled slightly. Your insecurities are pushing you away from your happiness, Jungkook. I looked at him. My heart says she is mine for everything, but I'm scared. I want to push her away from me, but at the same time I want to hug her like there is no tomorrow. You know better what's right or what's wrong, Ryan. He looked at her. I can't think, Chloe. My mind is not working. She put hand on your hand. I don't live with him, so I don't know him as much as you do. Even I'm unable to understand him, Chloe, she sighed. Then let things go with flow and don't run from your feelings. But it should be in your control. Don't let your feelings to be your weakness. And rest, I know you. You're my strong lady. She gave you a tight side hug. You opened the door while smiling widely as she looked at you. Oma, look, I brought you. Stop as your eyes landed on the person who just stood up. We were waiting for you. Wait, son. He nodded while smiling and you walked slowly inside. I brought your favorite food, you said to her, ignoring Jungkook. But I already ate. Jungkook brought food for me. You look at Jungkook, who is looking at her, smiling. Yes, she already had, he said. You ate without me, Oma, she chuckled. My son-in-law brought something for me for the first time. How can I say no to him? He chuckled slightly. Thank you for accepting. You both can have dinner together because I asked him a lot to eat, but he didn't listen. I'm sure you also didn't have. You both looked at each other. It's okay, I'm not hungry at all. But his stomach makes sound, making shut his eyes slightly, and your mother chuckled, and you looked at him in disbelief. Feed him. Your husband is hungry, Vaina. You looked at your mother, who is smiling with her heart all out. You have seen after a long time. Sure, Amma. I'm feeling sleepy now. Let me sleep. Jungkook smiled and got up to cover her with duvet as you do too, making you look at him. You both looked at each other as he slowly slid the duvet while his gaze on you. Then he looked at your mother. Sleep tight, good night. He gazed her head and you just stared at him. Good night, son. You're waiting for him to end the call as your eyes on him and his eyes on you. He ends the call. As soon as he ends the call, you walk towards him. Why are you here? You asked, and he raised his brow before sliding the phone in his pocket. Didn't I tell you that I don't need your permission, or do I? He said sarcastically, and you rolled your eyes. You were difficult. Not more than you. He flicked your forehead slightly, making you glare at him. And you don't need to do these formalities. He looked at you uninterestedly. Don't think me as you do formalities to show off. Being good daughter-in-law in front of Halabuchi, and when he's not here, not even asking her so-called husband that did he eat or not, who left without having breakfast. He went and you just stared him. You should be happy. I'm not opposing you. This is what you wanted, right? Don't you? Then why should I care that you eat or not? He stared deep in your eyes. Right, why would you care? He mumbled and his stomach growled again. He put hand on his stomach as you fold your hand across chest before looking at his stomach and then him. He is about to walk upstairs, but you held his wrist, making him look at you as he tilted his head a little. What? Let's have dinner first. He raised his brows. I don't want to have. Coldly, and you walked a little closer to him. Keep our arrangement aside and let's have dinner together. He chuckled slightly. You're complicated, you smiled, beyond your understanding. You served him food, but he kept staring you as you raised your brows. If you are done with digging hole in me, then have food. It is getting cold, you said without looking at him. I wish I can dig hole just by staring, he mumbled and you looked at him. Did you say something? He shook his head and then your phone rings. Jackson, why is calling me at this late? You mumbled as you looked at the caller ID. Jungkook made a face. You should not use your phone while eating, he said while tightening his jaw. And you just stared at him and shook your head as you were about to attend, but suddenly disappeared from your sight as he snatched it from your hand, making you annoyed face. What the hell, Jungkook? You said in a little high pitch, and he casually stared at you. You should not use your phone while eating, you exhaled furiously. Give me my back phone. He slid his in his pocket, making your mouth to hang open as you stood up, banging on the table. What's wrong with you? You must have something important to tell, you said annoyingly, and he sent a sharp glare to you. Wait, are you his personal consultant? You rolled your eyes. I'm his friend, he got up. Just a friend. Friends should know the limits. You scrunched your eyes. Why should I listen to you? He smirked slightly before walking. Because I'm your husband, darling. You stared at him as there is a silence-filled in environment. Give my phone back. Breaking the eye contact and his hands, but soon a smirk plastered on his face. On one condition. You made a face. That's my phone. Just give me back. He shook his head. Your everything is mine. Your heart skips a beat. Wait, am I your slave, huh? That I need to obey you? He walked more closer. You are not my slave, nor my mistress, because I'm not a womanizer. So stop your nonsense, he said in serious tone, and he chuckled sarcastically. When women are gold digger for you, then men are womanizer, aren't they? And you're one of them. He pulled you closer by your nape suddenly. Do you think me as your dad, huh? Your expression changed. He's not my dad, and you don't need to drag my personal life in between our arguments. He cursed himself underneath as he leaves you from his grip. Give my phone back and have your dinner and let me have mine. He looked at you and your phone rings again. Too stubborn, you know it. I'm very stubborn, now give me. He scrunched his eyes, but then shook his head as he's about to sit, but you stopped him by grabbing his arm. You both stared at each other fiercely when you realized what he just called you, and also him. Have your dinner peacefully and let me have mine. And your phone rings again, making him shut his eyes in frustration as he took out it and switches off before sliding down again in his pocket. What the hell? Cut it off as he put his palm on your mouth. You talk a lot. I told you I will give your phone back at one condition, but you won't listen to me, he said while staring fiercely in your eyes. You were dead glaring at him as he removes it slowly and you catch breath. I swear if you touch me one more time without my permission, you will not able to see your next generation, you said furiously and he raised his brows. Guts, I see, he said with a sarcastic smirk plastered on his face. Try me, let me show you then. I swear my kick is damn hard. He smiled as he leaned a little. You don't want kids then, I think, he whispered, and you'll feel like your cheeks are burning. Stay away. He pushed him slightly and he chuckled. I told you, right, you will be in trouble the day I started showing my rights on you, he said while smirking and his sender glared to him. Enough of you, now give me my phone back. Sternly, and he said, casually ignoring your words. Feed me then, he said, making your eyes widened. Wait, don't you have your own hands, huh? He raised his brows. Want your phone back or not? You shut your eyes in frustration. And today Halabuji is also not here to help you, darling. You stared at him because you want to punch him so hard. You are a disaster, he smiled as he pulled you by your wrist, making down at his level.